Want to support me and save money on Growtopia gems? Here's how. Buy your gems through this link on the screen right now or click the link in the video description. You'll save 5% using the code Elizabete at checkout. Remember, this only works on my given link and not in-game purchases. I earn a small commission through the link, so it helps me and saves you money. Want to go even further? Join the channel membership for $4.99 per month. Get custom emojis, badges, comment priority, exclusive posts, and you are the first person who is able to see my YouTube videos before anyone else. Check the description for the link. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Growtopia myths, the things we all used to believe but turned out to be completely false, or myths that you might actually believe till this day. I asked players on the Growtopia forums to share the funniest and most memorable myths, and wow, some of these are pretty wild, so let's get into it. So the first myth is using the command /sleep actually made you heal faster in parkour, and honestly I used to believe this as well years ago. I have no idea where it even came from, but it was very known in GT. I would say this was the most popular myth. I've heard about this myth from my friends, even random players in GT. I remember even seeing players do /sleep in public parkour worlds, so I would also be doing it too, just like everybody else. To test it out, I will be doing a lava parkour. I'll do it once where you do /sleep with the same timestamp and again without sleeping. But instead of just waiting, it's just gonna be still the same timestamp. As you can see with the results, /sleep does not matter at all. If you just wait the same amount of time, it's gonna be completely the same regardless if you do /sleep or not. Next up is the classic rate 5 myth. Owners would have signs in the world saying do /rate 5, for example, one time log giveaway, but that's totally false, and I feel like everyone knows that and doesn't fall for it anymore. Owners can't see who did /rate 5 and who didn't. So this is just their way of getting people to rate their worlds so they are in the tops. But they actually never do the promised giveaway for world locks, and it's all a lie. Is it smart? Yeah, but is it truthful? No. I personally have never seen a world that actually did a promised giveaway on their /rate 5 worlds. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below. Another myth that I know of is that the pickaxe worked better at breaking blocks and the death ray was more effective at breaking backgrounds. Some players even believe that the death ray would give even more seeds when you broke blocks with it. So today I'm gonna be testing it out. I will break the same blocks with a pickaxe and a death ray to test it out. First things first, we will test out the punching rates for a pickaxe and a death ray. After that, we will see is it really true if they drop more seeds. The reality is the drop rate doesn't change even if you wear a pickaxe or a death ray. The only thing that changes is what specific block you are farming. A farmable block, it's guaranteed to drop more seeds if you farm more. And of course a non-farmable block will drop less seeds. With the pickaxe you get an enchanted digging mod, which is also the same to the death rate. But all you get with both items is one less punch block, but the type of block and background you break doesn't affect the drop rates of a block or a wallpaper. So no, wearing a pickaxe or a death ray doesn't matter what blocks or wallpapers you break, and you won't get more seeds while breaking blocks with a death ray. Both of these rumors are false. Another myth. When you were helping break worlds, people would say you had to break blocks one by one instead of running and punching multiple, or else you get fewer seeds. Nope, that's not true at all. I'm pretty sure this rumor was spread by owners who had helped break worlds because honestly, it's just easier to pick up all the blocks and seeds gems that were dropped on the spot, so easier to place new blocks. It does not matter if you break one by one or break multiple blocks at the same time. This myth is false. Then there was the idea that drinking milk gave you enhanced digging powers. Fun fact, I actually believed this myth as well back in the good old days. Before farming, everyone would use milk, think you got less block punch, even including me. Sadly, it's not true. Even though it would make sense for it to do so, it's even confirmed on the GT Wiki. When consumed, this item grants a strong bones mod, which grants no effect. So it looks like you do get the effect, but it actually changes nothing at all. So yeah, this is not true at all. So players thought bouncing back and forth on pinball bumpers would make gear counters charge faster. If I had to guess where this myth started from, it would be from owners who own Geiger worlds. If you got people staying in your world for long periods of time, you could get Gert tokens the next day, which was the old system. So it makes sense for this myth to exist to keep players in your world. It's also false as well, but a smart tactic by Geiger world owners. Some players also believe that if you keep walking, punching, or jumping, your Geiger counter would charge faster. Sounds logical since you're being active, right? But nope, it charges at the same speed no matter what you do. Movement doesn't affect it at all. Way back in 2013, there was this farming technique where players would plant things like coral and sugarcane in a checkerboard or lattice pattern. The belief was that drops were influenced by what was in the squares. I'm actually surprised by this since I've never heard about it, but let's test it out. So yeah, this is actually false. If it was true, it would have been known today in 2025, but guess what? It's not true. The patterns of a checkerboard do not affect how a tree is grown. Alright, so here's another one back in 2013, the blueberry myth. Players believe that if you ate a blueberry, the feeling blue might increase your drop rates, more seeds, more gems, and blocks. So some people who farmed back in the day ate a lot of blueberries because they thought it would increase their drop chances. But nope, regardless of it, it was never true. In fact, Shutt himself, one of the original developers, directly denied this myth. So yeah, all those blueberries you ate back in the day was a complete waste of time. And then there was the myth that every moderators get their exclusive item. Some players claimed like Play and Meow had exclusive items like Play's wings, Meow's cats, even Jen's exclusive mod item, Jen's beard, that was talked about. A mix of a truth and a myth. Certain moderators really did have their special items only to their account, like Play wings with bat wings and Meow with cat ears. Even though the developer set had their iconic look, for example, the red cape. But not every moderator had their unique item. Exclusive mod items were given to moderators as a thank you for their work back in the day. And even till this day, some moderators do get their exclusive items and some don't. So moderators do get their own exclusive items, just not all of them. For example, Mistio just got his mod exclusive item a few days ago. It's called Mistio Sugo, which is a dog leash that only he can wear. But we got other moderators as well. For example, Windy Play, who has been a moderator and does not have an exclusive item. Same for Lunatary, who is a trainee moderator and also does not have an exclusive item. Same for Orange Juice, who works at Ubisoft Abu Dhabi community, also does not have an exclusive item. If you had to guess who gets an exclusive item in today's time, it would be someone who has dedicated their time to the game for a long time, which is the perfect example of Mistios, who has been playing this game since 2013, dedicating all his time on the game that doesn't even pay him. Now that's dedication. Another one back in 2013 was what's the fastest rideable item? People argued about whether it was the UFO, the car, the ambulance, or the horse, or the Air Robinson. So let's test it out. But the truth is, back in the day, just Air Robinsons or a different rideable item that gave speed, they were all the same speed. That way, before we get neo nerfs and other items that would make it possible to stack up speed in game. But before, it was only Air Robinsons or a different rideable item. They were all feat items, so it wasn't even possible to stack them. Here's another one back in 2013, which I've never heard of before. People asked if gold blocks could actually drop world locks. Sounds awesome, right? But this never existed. I can break gold blocks forever and there will never be a possibility of a world lock dropping from breaking gold blocks. If that was the case, it would have been confirmed by the GT Wiki years ago. I doubt it's not discovered for 12 years. Another old rumor way back in 2013 was about the Frank glitch, aka the reanimator remote. Players kept asking if it actually existed or if it was fake. It was probably about the time when the Frank glitch just came out in the game, so players had no idea, but it's actually the true. The Frank leash does exist in the game, and the real name is Reanimator Remote, and it has a recipe you can actually make it in game. In any chemical combiner, mix together 200 chemical P, 200 chemical B, and 200 mysterious chemical to make him. This was the same thing players questioning about the Piglet leash, which exists and is also confirmed on the GT Wiki. Except they thought it was obtainable from redwood wall, not magic bacon. Same goes for the magnifying glass. It was obtained from surgery? Yes, it's true. Chicken leash was also a mystery, but it's also obtainable from breaking chickens. And same goes for the calf leash, also confirmed on the GT Wiki that you can get it from breaking cows. Also for the black superhero clothing that came out in 2015, people asked if it was real, but yes, it's a real item and it's a drop from doing crime. But yeah, in summary, a lot of the myths were people questioning about the recipes of new items. Same goes for auto wings. It was also questioned back in the day, and yes, it does actually still exist till this day. Also, the Clover one just came out. It was questioned, does it really give extra seeds because of the effect? But yes, it does, because it's confirmed on the GT Wiki. One of the most craziest myths I've heard is that the Bedrock is farmable. Okay, well, this was back in 2013. Of course, that's completely false. I have no idea where it even came from. Players are not able to break Bedrock because it's literally Bedrock. Moderators can't break Bedrock either. It's only the developers that can. So they can be the reason it exists, because some players saw developers breaking Bedrock. That's why some rare Bedrock worlds exist. But of course, I don't think they did it on purpose. For my gacha addicts, there was a myth that if you didn't harvest your Grow Saber or Wizard Hat tree right away, but instead waited days, weeks, or even months, you'd have a better chance of getting a rare version like the Flame Saber or Merlin's Hat. Some even said if you waited 100 days, you'd have a 90% chance to get it. But to test it out, I planted a Saber tree and waited 100 days to see if it's true. Alright, it's been 100 days. Let's see if I have a chance to get a Flame Saber. But no, waiting longer doesn't change anything. It would just be simply wasting your time, because it's all on luck. If it was true, I would have been confirmed on the GT wiki. And here's a weird one. The idea that if you plant trees exactly 2:30 a.m. Growtopia time, you get 4 fruits from them instead of the usual. It sounds weird, but the time you plant doesn't affect drop rates at all. People believe that if you use a heartbreak hammer to smash heartstones during Valentine's, you get more rare drops like the golden heart crystal. So today I will test it out. I will be breaking with a heartbreak hammer, and one test will be breaking it without it. See who is more lucky. I should be getting a golden heart crystal, and one test is not. But yeah, again, it's not true. The only thing that boosts your luck for Valentine's is a pet mech robot. Additionally, the pet mech robot guarantees the player a small increase in the chance of getting a golden heart crystal when opening golden booty chests, super golden booty chests, and heartstones. This is the only item that is confirmed that doubles your chances, rest don't. There was a myth that claimed you could touch lava or acid while underwater and not die. But the reality is, it's not true at all, and I will show you. As you can see, I'm literally dying. Also, people wondered if admins in the world could also earn Grow tokens from it. Back in the day, before there were a new system on how to get Grow tokens, you would only be able to get with them with a popular world, like a parkour world or a minigame world. Owners would farm Grow tokens this way, but from admins this was never possible, so this is also false. And finally, the last one. People kept asking if tools like the pickaxe or the cyclone visor actually change drop rates. Owners would ban you if you wore a cyclone visor because it had bad reputation of dropping less seeds. And honestly, I've heard about it before as well, but I've never really thought about it. But the truth is, it's fake. It's all on luck, and doesn't matter if you wear a pickaxe or a visor, the chances will be the same. So that wraps up the Growtopia myths. From using paintball bumpers to charge your gear to breakable bedrock, from using milk for extra punch to plant seeds exactly at 2:30 a.m. to have 4 fruits instead of 1. The community sure came up with some wild stories. Did I miss any of your favorite myths? Let me know in the comments down below, and maybe I'll do a part 2. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Goodbye.